Hello everybody and welcome back to more of our player guide series. My name is Zen and I'm going to be walking you through another one of our player guides. Today we're specifically talking about the legacy system, which is something we've talked about in the past, and it's something that we're going to continue to talk about in the future because it's a system that touches every other system in the game. What I mean by that is it ties into things like character progression and even the things that you could do with your ship or PvP and achievements. It literally is in every part of the game, like a series of routes. But more specifically, this video will be covering kind of an overview of it. Because like I said, we've talked about it in the past, we're going to talk about it in the future, but we've already talked about some of the stuff in here in previous videos without ever having to talk about Legacy. So this will just be kind of a what is the Legacy system, how does it work, and what can you expect from it video. The first thing that you need to know is that the Legacy system is unlocked at level 10. It used to be at level 30-ish once you completed Chapter 1, but as of patch 1.5, they made it so once you hit level 10, the Legacy system is then unlocked. The second thing that you need to know that is really important is that your legacy system will level up. It gains experience, so anything that gets you experience in the normal game will level you up with your legacy, and all of your characters contribute to the pool of legacy experience. So no matter what you're doing in the game, you're constantly getting experience into your legacy as long as you're getting normal experience. And the thing with that is there is a experience bar that is right next to yours. You can easily turn it off for the legacy stuff in the interface editor, and then the last thing that you need to know about the experience is as you level up your legacy, you'll be able to get more stuff unlocked. And what I mean by that is certain perks and unlocks in the legacy system require you to have a certain legacy level. So keeping that in mind as we move forward will help you out a great deal as you plan what you're going to unlock. But once you have it unlocked, you can easily just hit the hotkey of Y, which is what it is by default. Once you hit Y, it'll pop up the legacy window, and you can see all of the different perks. So we're going to start with the first one, which are the character perks. Now, character perks are specifically character perks, right? It's things that you buy for one character, and you don't get it on all of the others. So you may have to purchase these several times, but that's kind of nice because the first thing is like improved experience gain. So you can get improved experience gain in flashpoints, class missions, war zones, exploration, doing space missions. Now, and if you're not going to be doing war zones on a character, then you don't have to buy that. But if you're going to level up a character only doing war zones, then that's something that you would purchase. So it's kind of nice because you can be selective in what perks you're actually getting as far as the experience stuff goes. And then you have some other stuff in here that is really just quality of life, right? So improved amount of affection gained from giving companions gifts, and there's a ton of other stuff here, but I'm going to let you guys look through it. But there is also the ability to buy HK51 and Treek once you've actually unlocked them on another character. So say you've done the HK51 questline and you want him on a level 1 character, it costs 1,000,000 credits, 1,000,000 credits in order to unlock him. But if you've already unlocked Treek, she only costs 300,000 credits, and I actually personally believe she's a better companion. So that might be a kind of a contributing factor to which one you unlock first, but it allows you to unlock these on other characters, low-level characters specifically, without ever having to do the quests or having to repurchase the 1,000,000 credits saved for the Treek contract. And then you have things like the repair droid, the mail droid, and field respec. Repair droid and mail droid, those are actually really useful to have, especially when you're out leveling, or even if you're out in an operation doing raids, then when you need a repair droid, you can throw one down real quick, and each subsequent rank just makes it so they are available quicker, and they're a bit more powerful with what items they have available on them. As far as the repair droid goes, the mail droid just happens quicker and quicker with the upgrades that you can get, so you can bring it out faster than you would in the previous rank, which is nice if you're getting a lot of mail. And then you have something that is really quite nice, which is the Legacy Speeder piloting. You can get it, the first one at level 10, so then you start riding your speeder at level 10, and then 25 and 35, which is much quicker than you normally would be able to get it, and it saves you a little bit of money, which is also very nice. But this should help with leveling and speeding up the entire process. And lastly, on this page, you have priority transports, and these just transport you to very important areas, such as Oricon, which is the new world added in the previous patch. Then you have the Capital World transport, which will take you to either Dromund Kaas or Coruscant based on your faction. And then you have like personal starship, and these are just really nice to have for when you're needing to get around doing dailies or just, going out and leveling. The next system down the line is reputation, and I don't really need to go too far into this because you guys know what reputation is for the most part if you've ever played a video game that's a RPG. I mean, it just basically, this page outlines what the reputation with current factions are in the game and the legacy title awards that you get for getting to specific spots. And for the most part, it's a pretty self-explanatory page. I'm not a huge fan of reputation systems, which is why I don't have many of them maxed. However, if you really like getting reputation with factions, then this will be right up your alley, and you can kind of learn about where they are and how to get reputation with them just on this page alone. The next page is quite a bit more exciting than the reputation page. I mean, you have the Imperial and Republic class unlocks. We've talked about this before in previous guides, but basically it just outlines what you get from maxing out companion affection and then also getting through the story and getting your class buffs or your legacy abilities. Not anything too crazy here, but you can very easily get an idea of what you want to get out of certain classes by leveling them up by just looking at this page. So the next one is quite a bit more exciting than the past two, which is the species. So any of these species that you level up to 50, you then unlock for all of the different classes. You can purchase one of these species and just have it unlocked anyways, but if you wanted specifically to, say, level up a Twi'lek, you would be able to level them up to level 50. Once they're at 50, then it unlocks that race and species for each of the other classes. So you can make a Twi'lek or whatever you want, which is pretty cool. Now, the only exception here is the human, because everybody gets human by default for each class. So once you've leveled up a human, you get plus 100 presence, which is a huge buff. I would highly suggest leveling up a human, regardless of how boring they are as a species. So the last part of the global unlocks tab is the other tab, which is quite a bit more fun. So you get cool abilities like Sacrifice and Unity from maxing out either your dark side or light side points on a given character. This unlocks for all of your characters, so you just need to do it once and then you can get these abilities. Then you get things like ship droids for your ship and mailboxes on your ship, guild vaults on your ship, which is really nice, and then training dummies. There's also other things here like getting a GTN on your ship. Under that, though, is more of a fun PvP kind of dueling abilities that you get. It's just hand-to-hand combat stuff, and more specifically, it's for unarmed combat with duels. That's what they put it in there for, but you can have fun with it in PvP whatever way you want to. And then you have a lot more useful stuff, such as your cooldown reduction on your fleet pass or quick travel, and rocket boost, which is really nice because it allows you to move at a maximum mount speed inside areas that you may not be able to get on your mount, which is nice for getting around in flashpoints and stuff like that. And then you also have the social emotes, which actually unlock naturally from just getting your social level up, and you can check this on your character pane at any time. But you get things like the companion dance, which is a little fun. My favorite is the double lasers. The next system of the legacy tree is easily my favorite, which is the family tree, and we've talked about this in the character creation video specifically quite a bit, but with this you can easily outline your characters into a family tree and create your own story with your characters, which I find the most exciting, and it's easily my favorite part of the legacy system. It's why I like the legacy system so much, but if you want to know more about that, just go watch the character creation guide, and that will kind of give you an idea of why I like it, and the reasons that you should use it as well. But the very last system here are achievements. I don't have to explain this. It's incredibly self-explanatory. Every single game nowadays has achievements, so I'm not too concerned with explaining how achievements work in Star Wars. It's pretty easy to figure out. The interface for this is a bit of a mess, but you'll be able to get around it once you learn where things are. Unfortunately, that's just how it is at the moment. I wish they would clean it up. Hopefully in the future they will. But right now you can go through all of the different things, find out what achievements you have, and look at your achievement points. Unfortunately, achievement points are also not used for anything at the moment, but I hope in the future that they do allow you to spend achievement points on something or unlock things with achievement points, which would be quite nice. But like I said, don't really need to explain the achievement system. I think it's just kind of shoehorned in, but a lot of people like achievements, and I understand that, so I will allow it to be in the game. Not that it's my call. However, on that note, that covers all of the systems within the legacy system and how the legacy system works and where you get it. I hope that this was an informational video for any of you who may not know a lot about the legacy system. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get back to them as soon as I possibly can. And on that note, we shall see you guys next time.